Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, I can feel it in my bones, man. Ooh, just scary but fun at the same time. That's what makes life exciting, isn't it? All right, so oftentimes we hate on other people because we hear the bias on the news and the media, and often, we don't learn from people who we disagree with because we have a personal bias within us. For me, I'm not into politics, but I'll learn from anybody. I don't give a shit. I think that people give too many damn shit about anything. So one thing I want to do is, I read this book. It made me cringe to say because most my friends and some of the authors don't like him. It's okay. I know I have authors that don't like him, but that's okay because you can learn from anybody. And you can certainly learn from the billionaire Donald Trump. Yes, a lot of people hate him. The one thing that I like, how he used Twitter as his disposal. You know how he used Twitter and Facebook? Yo, he's a master at Twitter. Like, he had lots of engagement. You're fucking crazy as fuck. Let me teach you one word in Vietnamese, hopefully. Do ma mai. And people are like, what does that mean? Mean motherfucker. But it's basically where if you use it, if you teach another Vietnamese how to say it, is mean do your own mother. So it's do ma, do your mother. Mai, you. So it's bad. Don't use that. So it's uncomfortable talking about Donald Trump because a lot of Americans, when you bring the word Donald Trump, people hate Donald Trump because the things that he do I disagree with, but there are things that he's good at, and because he's an entrepreneur. But it doesn't mean that I can't learn from him. It doesn't matter. One of my friend, because his own personal bias. For me, here's the thing: my friends don't control what information or what video or what. See, the thing is, my friend, they don't understand anything. My friends, they let the media, the videos, the TV control how information and knowledge come to their dome or the brain that they, I don't let my friend do that to me because I know the truth. I know what's in what people know, what's the rich people know. And my friends, they don't know shit. I'm sorry to say, they don't know shit. So I'm talking about my friends, my old friends. They don't know shit. They think they know, but they don't know shit. So one of my friend, I was like, why are you showing me this video? I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not siding with anybody. I like not Oprah, what's his name, Obama. I like him. He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. I can learn from him. I disagree with what's her name, Hillary Clinton, but I'll probably learn something from her. I'm gonna watch people. See, here's the thing: most of my friends hate on the things that I learn from, because because in order to understand life, you have to be very flexible. You can't be close-minded like most people, and you have to be very open-minded to learn. And in this book, he's very open-minded. And let's talk about. So he talked about. Let's read. I always taken aback when people say, "Oh, he got it made," as if that's the end of conversation about a person. They seem to be saying that the person can just check out and coast because he already arrived. To me, arriving means something is to begin. Graduating from college is beginning, not an ending. Each success is beginning of its next one. Learning is a new beginning. We can give ourselves every day. A know-it-all is like a closed door. Everyone who knows me, I keep the door to my office open. It's a symbolic way of I choose to think. It's the way I operate. My father was much the same. He once said, the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know. I think that has kept me young at heart more than anything else. It was an offhand comment, a quite realization he mentioned to me one day while I was reading, but it was stuck for me for a decade. Every day is a reminder to me as much how much I don't know. Everything I learn leads me to something else I didn't know. Fortunately, I don't pride myself on being know-all. So every day, people ask me what keep me going. This is probably the closest answer to the truth. If I end up the day without knowing more than I did, I woke up, it make me wonder, what did I miss out on today? Am I getting lazy? Am I a disciplined person? This thought alone can get me going. We heard the praise of creature of habit. That can be good or bad, depending on your habits. I cultivated the learning habit over the years. It's one of the most perishable aspect of my life. Everyone in my family knows I'm big on education, not just Ivy League education, but all education for all people, all age. That also applies to me while I'm still very good grade at school. I do not have to be a scholar. Let me see. Learning begets learning. I rather be something than passive. We live in a big world. It's important for us to be aware of culture other than our own. So how come this guy, right? I question sometimes whether my friend know what they're talking about Donald Trump, or most of the world, or most Americans, because they don't know. See, you shouldn't let your personal bias affect how you learn information, or you shouldn't see, the smartest people learn from people who, even if you disagree with them, even if you disagree with me, there's always, I didn't tell you the story yet. There's, the psychic lady, she talked about, the law of attraction, and she said she attract the interview to me. But she wanted to debate me on Facebook. I was like, no need for that. Everybody have their own experience on the law of attraction. Let me explain. She teach me something that day, but she was close-minded. She wasn't able to learn from me, who she said it's always within. But the problem is people who say that don't go much far. See, I learned from people who are ahead of me. So Brian Tracy always say, you can learn all this from experience. It's going to take a long time. His mentor said that you can learn from other people's experience, and you cut the learning curve. People say knowledge is power. Is not power until you apply that power, because knowledge in your head is just useless, right? And that's oftentimes people in America think they know. Like, they think that they know Donald Trump, but instead they never pick a book and read it. They never did. The only reason why I think I pick up a book of because of Tai Lopez, and Robert Kiyosaki had a book on what's his name, with Donald Trump. This is fascinating how the rich people teach their kids about money than the poor people. Poor people don't teach about money. How the way that they the rich people in this book, he teaches kid about money the way that the poor people don't teach. It's very interesting. It's fascinating. And then he recommended The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. If you're going to think big. Oftentimes we don't think big. We don't think broader, right? Often on my YouTube channel, I always talk about the bigger things of life, because the video that I watch, the Elon Musk, the Jeff Bezos, the who's else, the Warren Buffett, the Bill Gates, the billionaires. Yes, I do watch them, and they think bigger than most. Steve Jobs. Most people don't really know. People who think achieving success is a linear A to Z process. It never is. The success that people see on TV or online, it's just they never understand the struggle that they went through. That's all I have to say. Most people don't know. He reads on psychology and self-help books, and useful. And that's coming from a billionaire. Think about that for a second. Let that sink in. That's coming from a billionaire. So people who talk shit about him don't know shit. Like, think about this. If people read books, or most of my friends who don't read books, and they talk shit about him, they better back it up, because he read books more than them. People say it's not about books, it's about experience. It's not about that. You can have all the experience, but if your experience is your own, and your experience is killing your own ignorance, or your ignorance killing you, then you can't see a new way. You're fucked in life. You need someone to see. Your mind can build castle. Your mind can build castle or hell. That's up to you. We live in the big world. It's important. Yeah, he really say that. The only reason why I'm recording this because Evan Carmichael often talk about that we shouldn't learn. Oftentimes, people who, let's say, for instance, I'm Asian, right? People will always watch Asian films. Well, I do watch Asian film. Okay, I watch K-drama. What was it? Japanese drama, Chinese drama, right? But for me, since I live in America, I have diverse friends. Now, here's the thing. Evan Carmichael said you should learn from people who you disagree with. You can just take something out of it, a golden nugget. But people don't do that, right? This video is about the only thing that why I read so much, so I can cut the learning curve, that I don't have to learn and take years of my life trying to do it. That's why I learned from Tai Lopez. Tai Lopez talk about that, or Jim Rohn. You're trying to compress years of decades that you don't have to go and do, and you lose time of that. So many people lose that, right? If I didn't read that, if I didn't read books, I'd probably try to figure out I'll try to do interviews, which I can just compress in time to learn it. That's the funny part about. And Evan Carmichael said you should learn from a lot of people. Let's just say you just learn from. Don't learn people who are like you. The color of your skin, or I don't learn from just mostly Asian. I learn variety from black, white, Asian, Spanish, anybody, right? That's why I often put it on my YouTube channel about diversity. I have Asian, black, white. Though I need Spanish people. Spanish people cool. I need that in my life. What in the interview? I need to find one. But that's the thing, right? It's because I've been afraid to actually post this video because a lot of people don't agree with it. You don't have to agree. Just learn something from him, the golden nugget that he has to offer. He's a billionaire, for God's sake, man. Like, he's fucking entrepreneur, man. He built businesses. What the fuck? Like, people don't know what they're talking about, man. I think they're... Okay, I know that people get offended when they put... It's not that we shouldn't let our personal... For me, for example, I don't have anything against Obama or George Bush or any president for that matter. I mean, why would I care? Like, the government or the president don't control your life. You control your life. I mean, think about it. You control the information you let in. You control how you watch your TV. Like, you control that shit. So that's why I don't give a shit about my friend. Now, I'm not talking about my author friends or entrepreneur friends. No, I'm not talking about that. My other friends, they don't control my information. I control how I utilize my information or see the information. Fuck that. Like, people don't know. That's it.